You'll notice that proponents and opponents argue that the research supports their view. So what does the evidence actually say? Well, particularly on this crucial question of do these programs actually successfully place graduates in higher paying jobs, here's what the research says. The most rigorous review of 17 major studies on this question, as well as an analysis of 3 separate government data sets, was conducted by the Urban Institute. And they found a great deal of variability across programs as to how successful they were at placing graduates in higher paying jobs. Across all that variability, they did find a 10% increase on average across all those programs in annual earnings. A study that was conducted since the Urban Institute review was done by the Brookings Institution. And they found that graduates of these shorter term certificate programs did not earn more than the average for 25 to 34-year-olds with just a high school degree. So that seems like a fairly negative finding. If you dig into the particular programs in the Brookings study, though, we find more similarity than differences between the 2 studies. Both of them find that shorter programs generate less of an increase in earnings, that programs in certain fields that are low paying anyway don't increase as much as other fields. For example, cosmetology programs, which were featured quite prominently in the Brookings Institution study, don't give as much of an increase in earnings, and that programs offered by for-profit universities or educational institutions don't generate as much of an increase, and those were represented quite a bit in the Brookings study. So those are consistent across the findings, that there are kind of predictable differences, but across all those differences, about a 10% increase in earnings.